You just get him on the table.
We get him on the table, we break the table. We break the table, hospital's out $1 million. And we're out of our jobs.
The weight limit's obviously just an estimation. It's not like he can hold 450 pounds fine. It'll instantly collapse under 451.
He's not 1 pound over, he's 150 pounds over.
I don't care. He still deserves the same standard of care as anyone else.
And you believe the machine will stand on principle?
You guys gonna help or not?
How much does this guy weigh?
440.
Looks like a lot more than that.
It's because he's lying down. You guys ready? 1, 2, 3.
Midline shifts, no bleeds, clots, infarcts.
I don't see any edema either.
So what do we do now?
An LP. Even if it's not an STD, a fever points towards some sort of infection.
I'm not sure we can do an LP on a guy his size. What? You have to be able to palpate the spine and know where to go.
We could use fluoroscopy to guide us.
He's still got to be able to bring his knees up and bend forward in order to open a space between.
George, it's all right. You're in a hospital.
Calm down, man. Calm down. Get him out already.
I'm trying.
We're gonna get you out.
Acanthosis nigricans is a hyperpigmentation of the skin. It usually indicates some sort of hormonal imbalance.
There's nothing wrong with my hormones. It's the first thing every doctor I've ever gone to has checked. Then it's the blood pressure. Then it's got to be diabetes. They all figure there's got to be something wrong with me.
You having any problems with your vision?
No, I have nystagmus. I've had it since birth. I'm fine.
You're not fine. You were in a coma for 2 days. There's something wrong with you.
Was something wrong with me. Now I'm better. Now I'd like to go home.
A coma's not like a stomach ache. You can't just shrug it off and hope it's not anything serious.
My company places a lot of insurance executives. There are over 300,000 deaths caused each year by medical mistakes and hospital-associated infections. I'll come in for tests.
There are over 400,000 deaths caused by obesity-related illnesses.
CDC says those figures are a gross overestimation.
George, you ever notice you don't see a lot of obese old men?
If I'm gonna have a heart attack, I would rather it be caused by a perfect pan-roasted riz de veau than running 26 miles for no reason other than to brag that I can do it. Or to have an MRI machine break in the middle of a procedure.
We're sorry about that. It was the only way to rule out a stroke or brain hemorrhage.
And now that you have, when can I go?
An exam and ACTH stimulation tests were both normal. He has nystagmus, but it's congenital. No way it's related to the coma.
You say no way, I say, yeah, no way.
Blood and urine were negative for chlamydia, herpes, and syphilis.
It's like we got ourselves a mystery.
Not for long. He wants to be discharged.
Oh, sure. Places to go, people to eat.
He insists his chance of dying from a hospital-acquired infection is greater than him dying from whatever caused his coma.
Did you tell him that statistics also say that he's a big fat idiot?
Yeah, I did.
He's not backing down. He says if we don't discharge him, he'll leave AMA.
Selectively rational, stubborn, uncooperative. Maybe you ought to check his leg.
You see what he did there? The patient's like me. The patient's 3 me's. If I were him, maybe it's not such a mystery after all. Enjoying your Salisbury steak?
Putting chopped parsley in a hamburger does not a Salisbury steak make. You must be Dr. House.
And you must be full of baloney. A lot of it.
Right, fat joke. Always fun. Only people you can still make fun of.
And Christians. Oh, and black people. No one in their right mind comes out of a coma immediately asked to go home with an unknown condition, which means that either you're not in your right mind or it's not an unknown condition. So what is it? You tried to off yourself?
You figure I'm fat, therefore I hate myself.
Yeah, that's a huge leap of logic.
I don't want to die. I just don't want to be here.
Then it's a condition you've already had diagnosed, or it's something you know you've inherited. Let's see, your stomach has deep-seated feelings of abandonment written all over it, which points towards sexual abuse, fear of hospitals. points to a more specific traumatic event. So I'm going to say your mom in the hospital with a candlestick. And by candlestick, of course, I mean inherited OTC deficiency.
My parents are both alive and well and living in Boca Raton.
Thyrotoxic periodic paralysis.
I have no idea what that is.
Leukoencephalopathy.
Will you stop? If I knew what was wrong, I would tell you. I'm not an imbecile, and I'm not miserable. I'm just overweight.
What? When? To be continued.
Is there someone who can check on you?
Oh, don't worry. There's going to be a whole crew of carpenters in my bedroom for the next week at least.
You know, there's an Overeaters Anonymous meeting here at the hospital.
If I wanted to jump out of airplanes or climb Mount Everest, would you be telling me to go to Daredevil Anonymous?
I would be worried about you just like I am now.
Don't be. I enjoy food. I like cooking it, I like looking at it, I like smelling it, and I especially like eating it. Listen, whatever happens is gonna happen. Ultimately, it's all out of our control anyway.
Why doesn't that philosophy apply to medical mistakes and hospital-acquired infections as well?
I'm a complicated man, Dr. Cameron. But don't worry, I plan on staying that way for a long time.
Wait, let us take you all the way outside.
I'm fine.
It doesn't matter, it's hospital rules.
Oh, screw the rules. I've been on my back for 4 days. I need the exercise, right?
George, come on, let us just take you to the taxi.
Don't worry. I may not be able to climb Everest, but I can walk, okay?
George.
No, enough already.
George, are you all right?